And coming up on Good Day, we are going to talk with award-winning New York realtor Holly Parker. Not about real estate, but about love.
Yes, well, it's very similar, according to her. It's in her new book. It's called Back on the Market, a realtor's guide to love and life. Holly, coming up next. Holly Parker has been one of New York City's top real estate agents for over 15 years.
And she just released her first book. It's called Back on the Market, a realtor's guide to love and life, which uses real estate terminology to describe her personal path through love and her career. And Holly joining us this morning about the new book that Rosanna's holding there right there.
Lori needs to read it. I mean,
it's interesting, the analogy that you make between real estate and, you know, whether it's the fixer-upper or the, forever renter. Explain.
So how about I tell you guys a couple of phrases and you tell me if you think I'm talking about romance and dating or real estate, okay? It only takes one. How many people have seen this property? Can I come and take measurements? How hard is the board?
Oh, babe.
Okay.
Now you're getting a little dirty there.
A little risque.
And what's the typical closing time to see this property? So, you know, love and real estate, it's all about attraction and it's all about connecting to your property. And the more you connect to your property and the more you take care of your property, the more attractive you become to those around you.
Well, I was just wondering, I mean, you have a great backstory. I mean, you were married for a few years, got divorced, and then you attacked the scene, the dating scene, as if you were, you know, going to rent or buy a property. And you were very strategic about it. Tell us.
Well, listen, I have gotten a lot of properties to the closing table that had a lot of obstacles. And let me tell you guys, I had a lot of obstacles. So when I realized that I was good in real estate, I thought, you know what? I got to apply these same marketing steps to myself. And the first thing I needed to do was I needed to fix my foundation, because anytime that you pull away from someone that you really care about, your foundation is cracked. So I had to go to a therapist and meditate and write in a journal and really get to know who I was on my own. And it's really those same steps that I do when I'm putting a property on the market.
I'm wondering, one of your chapters is staging the place. What do you mean by that in love?
I love, my God, it all. Like, again, who is this property now? So we all need to fall in love with our property. Sometimes it's superficial. We got to get that new haircut. We need to whiten our teeth and exfoliate. We need to shine, right? We need to get a new wardrobe. Something that not only makes us look good on the outside to have good curb appeal, but also to feel good, which is so important.
So I have bought, well, I owned 9 houses in one town. And it was I guess it was a never-ending search for the right thing. So when you enter this, do we look as the buyer or the seller?
Oh gosh, you know, at first I'd like people to pretend that they're sellers, right? Because we have to perfect our property. But then once you connect to your property, and as I say, you've turned on all of your lights, which is connecting to yourself and to your passion so that your lights can come on, because lighting is one of the most important things in real estate. Then I want people to be the buyer, always be the buyer on these dates, not the seller. You are interested. And, you know, forget about me. What do you got? What do you got here? So that's where I'd like to get everybody
and
to
you
that comfort level.
Talk about renewal. Is that part of the fixing yourself up?
Renewal is part of fixing yourself up, because when you go through pain and suffering, we connect to ourselves in a different way. And through that, we find strength, we find integrity, we find courage. And look at the arts, look at how much has been born out of suffering. So if you are suffering, know that you can turn your pain into petrol. And this could lift you up to be the person that you always dreamed that you could be. So I say lean into your pain, don't avoid it.
And one of the chapters is closing the deal. Is there an art to closing the deal? Because sometimes, you know, Lori, you're dating somebody who's nice, And I don't know, are you waiting for the next one, or should you just close the deal?
You know what? Closing the deal is, the little secret of the book is to fall in love with yourself, marry yourself, and be your own best friend. And then you've closed the deal of the lifetime, because no one can take that property away.
And you found love, 3 years after you divorced, right? How did you find the love of your life?
So through a client's Christmas party where I was having an open house the next day. And when I saw him, I thought, well, that looks like a nice rental. But here I am with a lifetime property.
And babies. Twins.
Babies. They have their 7th birthday tomorrow. We're having a Harry Potter event, they're going to dress up. And although we can't really have the birthday parties that we could have, we're going to celebrate their lives and have a great time.
It's so nice. In the dedication, you said, "To my wonderful husband, Mark, who still loves me, even after reading this book." You turned our house into a home. And other little nice things that you wrote in there. So, I guess that you have to decide right away when you meet somebody, is this a summer property, a summer rental, or are we going for like this is the home of our dreams?
The home of our dreams, exactly. And sometimes I say, take the appointment. There have been so many people and showings that I've done that I thought, they are never going to buy anything, and they bought a spectacular property. So please don't judge a book by its cover, and spend time. And during this pandemic that we're Zooming and we're talking over the phone, we're using different senses. So I think that it can be an amazing time to find someone. And a dear friend of mine and a client found who, I think he fell head over heels during the pandemic. And thank God that we have that. Thank God that we have this way of still connecting to each other.
Well,
so
it's so nice to meet you, Holly Parker.
It is.
Back on the Market is out right now.
Back on the Market is out right now. You can also find me at hollyparker.com, where you can order the book and get yourself creating the life you always dreamed of.
All
There
right.
you go.
Close the deal. All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you so much.
Closing the deal, Lori.